teamwork is an essential part of our muscles being happy and providing appropriate support for all of our joints. And the lateral hip muscles are absolutely essential when we walk, okay, and when we run, because we are constantly shifting from a one-legged stance to the other. So if these muscles are not providing the appropriate teamwork, we're going to get a lot of this type of movement going on, which is not the greatest for our joints. So we're going to work our one balance with what we call a hip hike, and this is a beautiful way to improve upon the coordination and control of these muscles. You will need this yoga block, but you could use a suitable book that's big enough for your foot to go on, and you want to have a little bit of height on it, so it's probably about 2 inches on that, so something like that. The bottom step of the stairs quite useful for this as well. But a good thick book is a great alternative. So what I want you to do is just put your hands onto the sides of your pelvis and really be aware of your pelvis is reasonably level, and we want it to stay that way throughout the movement. So what we're going to do is lift one leg and place it on the block. Your pelvis is still level. Then we're going to hover up as if there is an imaginary block underneath that other foot, okay, and we want to avoid that wobble you just saw. So you can see my pelvis is level here too. And then we slow motion step back down again. So practice that a few times. Level pelvis on the ground, level pelvis as we lift the foot, level pelvis as we hover up into our reasonable symmetry here. Okay, so we're really picturing that your 2 feet are on 2 blocks. Your pelvis is level and your torso is tall. So notice if you tend to lean. Notice if you're touching the block with the other foot. Also notice if you tend to sway that leg out to try and counterbalance. So we want to try and gain as much symmetry as we can here. Work that both sides. As always, we want to maintain reasonable symmetry. And you may find that one side you have better control than the other. Now, once we've done that a few times, what we're going to think about is keeping both legs straight, keeping your torso tall, and we're going to see, can we lower that foot down close to, but not touching the floor? Bring it back level with the other foot, and then see, can you hike it upwards as if there's 2 blocks there, and level again. So lower down, level up, lift or hike the hip and lower. So what you're going to notice is there's a lot of work going on here as well in your belly, your low back, but lots of work is going on here in the lateral hip muscles. What we're going to find is, if we're working well with this, is most of the work is actually going on with the support leg. So this side is working to lower, to level, to lift, but these muscles here are working to steady and control and to prevent this type of movement going on here. Again, work both sides, and we may find that one side is less controlled, okay? We may find that one side tires a lot quicker. So for me, my movement pattern is reasonably okay, but definitely I know this side will tire, it'll fatigue much quicker. So that's a real issue if we're going out doing, particularly, let's say if we're running and we go for longer runs, we need to have this endurance in these muscles as well. Play around with that, and remember, you're keeping the knees straight, okay? So bending the knees to create the movement, okay, is cheating. Touching against the block is cheating. Having that leg waving around or your torso swinging is also cheating. Let's get these muscles part of the teamwork. And some great news with this exercise as well is it's a fantastic integrating movement for our pelvic floor also. It's low stress on your pelvic floor, but it helps those muscles to become much more intelligent in how they work.